as they journey through. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Way weavers weave a tapestry grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free, in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Luminaries' minds, curious and bright, they explore the unknown and seek the light. With every text and book unfurled, more is understood of this new world. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Seen God steadfast against the tide, protecting the land they stand with pride, rising up from the city walls, keeping the rest safe through it all. Mysticians with their gift for spell, in the threads of magic they weave and dwell, observing the universe's hidden seams, propelling the crew to their hopes and dreams. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the Building Steam arc. So, episode 1 was obviously the Speakeasy, where we did so much world building. So like TV's about to be a big thing, everybody. Season 4, all TV, all the time. It's like it was great. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah. We are back in the quest system for the remainder of this month, except for Kira's game on Friday. But we are, no, and tomorrow's game is hard. Fuck! We're not in quest a lot at all. Sorry, guys. Alright. We are back in the Silver Thimble. Everybody is just like recovering if you need recovery from what happened. But we are back on the job situation. The Silver Thimble has been bringing in dignitaries from like all around the world. So not just the 3 that we saw, but like there are salamanders, legitimate fire and newt kind, coming from Dyad for trade agreements with the Silver Thimble. If not with the like politics, they are coming to buy groceries and stuff. And we are becoming a trade hub, and people are watching these shows in the background of the games throughout the month. Think about like Holt is filming like shows in the streets. Some of you guys can be working on them if we want to, especially you, Warlord, if you're in here. So Isaac should be like working on his show in the background. If Patagon wants to RP doing the shows that he's been doing, great. But all of you can be involved in that stuff if you want. but like you guys are also just, that is what you're doing. That is how you guys are like making trade with the world. And then sometimes you're gonna be sent out on missions and stuff. But you guys said your export is entertainment, so show us. And with that, I would love to introduce you to today's cast. Isaac doesn't know it, but Isaac is the star of Writing Rainbow, the new show trying to get a bunch of children involved in like creative writing projects. Him, Quinn, Vala, it's those three. Alright, so we have Cass, played by Cowboy.
Howdy.
We got Midnight, played by Kuari.
Hello, hello.
And we got Osiria, played by Shy.
Hello.
And Tarkus is played by Ro.
Hi.
Alright, you all. I know what some of you have been doing. I know what Midnight's been doing. He's been doing a lot of training, like beachside, like what does training on the beach look like to you, Midnight? Like,
what? I think a lot of it's going to be a lot of meditation, just trying to reflect on that alternate life that he still has the memories of, trying to figure out what it was that separated him in that world from this one. But also a lot of running, a lot of push-ups. One of his big pastimes is fishing, so he's definitely been taking Prism out and going out into the water to do some spear fishing, so a lot of swimming involved in his training. That sort of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a 20-sider for like, and this is probably at least a week after the events we saw in the Speakeasy. Like you guys have had like a week to recover and stuff. This is not just like you guys had that fucking big bloody nightmare and then now you guys are on a mission. You guys have had time to recoup and deal with it however it is you see yourself dealing with it. If exercising and meditating is how Midnight's been dealing with it, that's great. And yeah, 16 so you get a 16 and you see Prism come back, like hopping out of the water with just like this tiny, like it looks like a very long eel in its mouth, and Prism like hops forward and this huge fish comes like surfacing out of the water as Prism is just pulling it by its tongue.
Well, Prism is stronger than I expected. Okay. I think Midnight's going to go over and try to help pull it on shore.
Absolutely. You pull it on shore. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. You pull it on shore and like it is just a huge fish and like what's that really like prehistoric looking fish that we only recently rediscovered?
Coelacanth?
Yeah, there we go. So like you guys like you yank it up, you and Prism, and you see something deep inside, like in its open mouth, and Prism is like growling at it and barking at it.
Yes, I think Midnight will probably draw his saber and try to cut it open carefully.
Oh yeah, okay, so you are just killing it.
Yeah, he's planning on cleaning this up and seeing what you could do it for food and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So like you cut it away and you see what looks like a black pearl sitting in its like innards there, just like, and it's swirling and it's giving off incredible like familiar energy. You were in that game when this came into being. This is a piece of that nightmare that Patagon created with a card.
Take it, look it over, and
And like
Kill-
as you go down to grab it, like your shadow comes underneath you and slaps it away.
Okay, so you don't want me to hold on to it directly. Let's see, what can I... Oh, he'll try to make a box with a cube from his handy haversack and try to put it in the box quick.
Yeah, absolutely. As you are like getting ready to do that, Tarkus and Cass, what brings you two to this beach right now?
Cass is just currently just kind of walking around, just not really doing much, and he's kind of sort of tired of sitting in his office, so he's just kind of walking to the beach for some fresh air.
Tarkus is here to go into the water with Sparklefin and let the little goldfish swim around for a bit.
Wait, is sparklefish a freshwater or what do goldfish live in? It's magical, it's fine. So like as you guys arrive, all three of you guys as communicators in this specific spot, so like anybody else like in the chat that hangs out on the beach would probably be picking this up, you know? Like you would be hearing this message, but it's not directed at you. And you hear Midnight, Cassidius, and Cassidus, Clem, Cash, come in. Does this work? And it is the voice of Geary.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be pretty quick on picking up. I can hear you, yes.
Excellent. Midnight. There have been some disturbing readings that the God-finders have, or the God-catchers have been experiencing. This last month has been truly a hell for us. We are very low on numbers. We're gonna need to call you all up.
Sounds like a plan to me. I've been needing to talk to you about something that happened this last month on that note.
As soon as I finish this mission, Midnight, we will have to catch up. We will enjoy a wonderful brew. Have you heard that the mayor have begun brewing some strange red beer now? Sounds fascinating.
I was actually in the Mayo village fairly recently. Ran into a minion of Wasmodius there.
One of the 13?
Yes.
Did you catch the number?
I want to say it was 11, but I can't remember.
I want to say you're right, but the way that I record the stuff does not really help me right now. But he's just like, that one's a nightmare. Truly. Was anyone injured? How are the mayor?
Well, the mayor been kind of in a weird violent state. I think we've been slowly dealing with that situation. They might be calming down. I've not been involved in that side of things yet, but we did chase off the scythe. We also did weaken them a little bit. King Charlie was a lifesaver in that situation, but most of us did not come out of that unscathed. It was a rough battle. Unfortunately, the scythe escaped, but
King Charlie.
yes.
The Raven? Or the Crow?
Yeah, yes, that one.
Why did the Storm King come to your aid?
Truthfully, I am not sure.
Why are you in league with? We have much to discuss.
Yeah, that particular thing. I was it K or Clem that? Oh, it was K. K that called the Storm King. Okay. Yeah, that you'll probably need to talk to K, but they're in
Who is
enough
K?
state.
We have. I'm sorry. I haven't had much sleep of late. I'll get to my point. There are 2 high priority missions. There's a high priority mission in folk song. It's just like, I have heard of your deeds with the guild and know that you are currently on the outs with them, which makes you a prime candidate for this particular mission. I have a friend. He deals in black market goods because sometimes we have to buy information. But he works outside the guild, and his trade outpost was destroyed recently. Now, I need to find who did this and why it was done. But moreover, the way that it was destroyed sets me on edge. I feel we might have a large menace on our hands, of the kind that we are particularly equipped to deal with, if you gather my meaning, Midnight.
I believe so.
So, if you cannot get Clem, Howell, and Cass to help you on this, I would recommend getting as much help as you can. Trusted help.
Yeah, I have Cass here with me. I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
we can
Hello
find-
there, Cass. How are you?
Howdy. Been better. Sure.
I've heard of your dealings up in dry docks.
Yeah.
It is. They are
Some
drawing some of the unsavory.
very much so. A lot of the towns actually in Bone Mill are drawing up a lot of the unsavory.
Have you been able to keep it in check? Been able to keep dry docks safe?
For the most part, yes. I couldn't stay there to really lend aid, so I had to kind of give sort of control over to a few mercenaries at least. I hope they were able to at least train the townsfolk to at least help.
We do what we must in times of need, and these are great times of need. And he's like, I will send you the coordinates on your map. And so where he's trying to get you to go, just so we know, is right around here. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, this side. Over here. We have been there before. Or we've been nearby. But we'll see it in a minute. So with that, Geary's just like, it's just like, please, just get there as fast as you can. Like, this is a true friend, and I have some very, sorry, because Caustic did point out a very real thing. So the talking trees is actually up here. Provincial is right here, everybody. Like these little hills, that's the hills of Provincial. When we were over here, this is where we hung out with the Baba Yaga, and down here with the bears. But up here, that's the Jeffrey Tower. If you guys remember Jeffrey. Because I do. And I've been wanting to see him forever. The last thing Geary says is, before he lets go, he's just like, load up. I have concerns about this goings on. And I know that you have been dealing with the same creatures I have been dealing with these last months. They are on an uptick. Geary is concerned for you.
Okay, we will head out as quickly as possible then.
Just fucking Tarkus just on the beach. Yo, who was that? And why was he talking in my head? All right.
Don't question the voices.
Right, just listen to him. I realize you asked Tarkus to come. That's got to be like because you're all in this game. But how would you go about asking Tarkus to come? Have you because Tarkus has obviously been training to fight big monsters lately. Is there been a reason that Tarkus has been wanting to fight big monsters? Not Marcus.
Well, the way he figures, whatever killed him the first time is still out there. Needs to be ready if the opportunity arrives for some payback.
Okay, so it's just straight up vengeance. So Tarkus is cursed with being the slayer of great beasts. Is it like a compulsion? How does... Yeah, Big Marcus is actually the monster that killed Tarkus. I know we've said another name for a while, but it was Big Marcus.
Big Marcus, not yet.
I got a picture of Big Marcus if anybody ever wants to see it.
I propose we combine the two. Big Mama Marcus.
Big Papa Marcus. So yeah, when you hear this call, that you might be dealing with big monsters, do you just volunteer?
Yes.
So what's that look like? So you have the Slayer ability where basically everything that you have can help you fight against your target. Do you carry larger weapons because you're fighting big things? What is it about your equipment that tells us you hunt big monsters?
I think it's more so he started carrying really big slugs for his shotgun that I've yet to use.
Oh, so we're straight up hunting with that, we're hunting. Cass, what did you do to Tarkus's shotgun that made it more capable in dealing with large creatures?
Instead of the shotgun itself, the shells are custom made, so instead of firing just any sort of regular buckshot, it's now just slugs. And also there's extra powder behind it, so.
All right. I absolutely love it. Tarkus, let's give those shells. That shotgun is a volatile weapon now. It will always deal at minimum 4 damage. But bad rolls are incredibly dangerous. Did I unplug my headphones?
Nope.
So yeah, and I think, how does the shotgun look between the two of you? Did you because in my head originally when I gave it to you, it was just a mobster sawed-off shotgun from Dyad. Or so. Did you keep just that, or have you stylized it? Does it look like your armor?
I'd say it looks a bit like Tarkus's armor, but right underneath the barrel, there's a little hook for him to grab onto the monster with. and hang on if need be.
Absolutely. This can definitely be used as a melee weapon.
Also, because this is since these are slugs, Cass did cut rifled barreling to the length of like the original shot off, but it's more accurate now when using those shells.
Sick. Alright, Osiria. You're chilling out in the greenhouse. Like, you and Iskra have had some great success with some very strange plants. It's just like that one over there makes you feel happy if you're near it, and when you're smelling its when you're ingesting its pollen, basically. But not like euphoric, just like pleasant, I feel like. Because it's not a drug. That's the other one over here that's off screen.
Wait, so which one is which?
I think this is euphoric, and like I did not make the funny weed plant. I will eventually have to make the funny weed plant, but that has not happened yet. But yeah, so that's my question. What are these two? What do these two do?
Let's see. That is a good question. Okay, so the one on the like far back there, that one,
yeah.
I think those like red bulb type things on the end, I think they're like not exactly fruits, but kind of, that like essentially like they pop and like are kind of like little firecrackers, kind of, if you like were to like let one hit the ground hard enough.
Okay. Like is it just a pop like it would be in our world? Because I know there are some seeds that do that. Or is it like an explosion? Is this like a magic thing, or is it just all natural thing?
I think it's a natural thing. It's just like a pop.
Okay. All right. And what about this really scary like black one? I like when when I was making this, I was trying to make the super dark black berries that were growing out of the fungus. So like, actually, I want to keep those guys as that one. What's this one do then? This is like Krieg's fucking stash of berries that make Otter's eyes go black.
Ooh, I think I know what this the second one here does.
Yeah, sure.
I think on its own, it's kind of just, a normal plant, like, doesn't do any, like, special effect, but because it's in the greenhouse, or, like, if it were planted around, like, any other area with a lot of, like, plant life, it basically magically enhances the growth of the other plants around it, like...
Oh, absolutely.
Basically, it supports every other plant nearby to grow, like, better than what it normally would be.
No, I fully support that. And Midnight, you gave Osiria that pumpkin to plant, correct?
Yes, I did.
You got pumpkins growing in at a fairly good rate. Can you roll me a 20-sider, Osiria, for this?
Yep, one moment.
I don't, roll me one more and we'll take the higher. I was going to have you roll me two because, basically being helped. And there we go. The 19 is so much better. So, yeah, your pumpkins are starting to grow in very well, Midnight. They are looking like more perfect pumpkins. There's going to have to be another roll, halfway through the month for this, but... This is very good for you, Midnight.
Okay.
So, and then a flower begins to ring, Osiria.
I think, to be honest, Osiria does jump a little at first, because it has been a week since 10 Candles, but she's still a little on edge being here right now, so it startles her a little, but she does go over and answer, like...
So you hear, like, what sounds like battle going on the other line, and, like, you are hearing roars, and then you just hear Marigold yelling, "We need help!"
Oh, whatever is the situation?
Everything in the forest is angry, and everything's so angry. And then it's just like, you hear what is like, because you've been in that forest, you hear a roar that sounds like those like griffins, but like even when you were there, even when people were being attacked by them, they didn't sound angry, but they sound feral.
Oh dear. All right, I will be there as soon as I can be.
Bring help! And then like the line just cuts, and actually when the line cuts, the petal and the flower that you're talking into wilts and falls to the ground.
Oh, when the line cuts, can Cass walk in just for like, because he was gonna pick some like blood roses?
Sure, yeah. Let me get your token real quick. But yeah, Cass, you can walk right in right then.
Howdy there, Osiria. Don't mind me. Just gonna pick some blood roses. Just get some hunting done, you know.
Oh, perfect timing, actually. I apologize for the spontaneous request, but would you be willing to assist me with a mission?
I mean, where does this happen to be located at?
In Gaia's garden. I do not know the circumstances yet, but it sounds urgent.
This have something to do about, say, a forest, by any chance?
Well, yes. I suppose in a sense.
Osiria, you mind walking with me downstairs? Got a few more people about to head out.
Oh, of course.
And Cass just kind of walks to the elevator.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an elevator. Yeah.
Absolutely. We don't need to like. If you guys want to have this conversation, absolutely, we can have this like the full conversation, or we can just like get right to it. Either way, just so you know that I'm not like forcing you guys to small talk about the fact that you guys got to get some like crazy mission underway. But so yeah, you all meet up. Midnight, how are we getting there? Are you like, who are you asking for what?
I'm guessing the airship is still kind of something we want to avoid right now, so...
I mean... You can go down to the docks to take the, what did we call it? We had a really good name for it that wasn't, because it has like the trans flag on top, so it's not the General Lee. We named it something else. Damn it. I'll never remember.
I remember what you're talking about, can't remember the name.
Yeah, same here. So I guess we ask whoever is responsible for that vehicle if we can borrow it.
So, currently, you see Bonnie down by the docks. And he's just like tying it back up after he's like loading it back with his and fueling it back up. He's just like, oh, hey everyone, how can I? He's just like, oh, you look like you're in a hurry. And he says, like, are you guys taking this out? And he starts undoing the mooring and whatnot to help you guys out. Where are we off to?
We need to head over to Folksong. There's some problems over there that we've got the requests to take care of.
Oh, requests? This by like, this the captain, or he's just like somebody out mission for that something else here? What are we doing?
Well, we've actually received requests from two of our major allies, so figure we need to go help them out for basically for their sake.
Bonnie looks over at Cass, and they looks over at Midnight. He's like, this is a Geary thing. Okay, all right, I'm with you. You guys doing your God touching? Whatever it is you guys do with the gods, it's fine. I'm sure it's good. I'm just joshing with, and he punches you in the knee because that's about as high as he reaches. And he's just like, no, this is good, and like slides back towards Osiria. And he's like, yeah, you guys can check it over. Make sure you guys know how to ride a boat, right?
I've helped drive the sub a couple times. I think a boat should be easy enough.
This doesn't go under the water, though. He's like, I'm just joshing you, and punches you in the knee again. And then he goes back towards Osiria, and it's just like, Osiria, Tarkus, can I have a word over here? Just real quick. Hey, you guys, like, just make sure all your equipment's in. Like, I just need a word.
Of course.
And he's just like, me and the captain, we got some concerns about the god finders, god catchers, god slayers, and they call themselves a lot of things. I have some concerns, if at all, today while you're out with them, if you could find any information about what they know about the 7 pirate queens, that would be very helpful to our research into them. If you could just a little bit, just anything that you can bring back, we'll reward you handsomely.
I will do my best, I suppose.
It's just like any symbols that you find, write them down, please. And he just like lights a cigarette and starts walking down the pier. He's just like, have fun. At Midnight and Cass, I do not think Bonnie is subtle enough or quiet enough for you to have not heard that.
He could have asked us too. I mean, we. I was just gonna
kind of nudge Midnight and just kind of whisper in his ear. I think he said it loud enough.
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely been wanting some more of this information as well. So hey, I'm up for looking for that.
More the better.
Yep. So just to be completely clear, Bonnie wants, and by extension the captain, wants any information, as much as you can tell them about what the god catchers know of the 7 pirate queens. Like where any of them, if they know where any of them are located, power levels, any of that kind of stuff. That is any information we can find. All right. So, where are we going first?
Well, if we're going by boat, we probably need to go through the Dwarven's passage.
Oh yeah, that's the way through for sure. But I actually meant, are we going to the trade outpost that was destroyed, or are we going to Gaia's garden?
Does Osiria tell us about the noise at like Gaia's garden?
I think she would have explained that along with everything else. she has so far, yeah.
Yeah, so you know that something dangerous is happening in Gaia's garden, but also you were told to hurry to help the other one. I'm not telling you one is more important than the other. I'm just letting you guys know. So where do we want to go first?
I'll say north.
Oh, you saying north? Okay.
Yeah, like it's tempting to say Gaia's Garden just because, but I definitely have the personal reason why I head back there. But Kuari seems to know more about what's going on, so definitely feels like the better spot.
Osiria, what do you have to say to that?
I mean, if the rest of the party also wants to go north, she will relent, but she would prefer to go to Gaia's Garden first with how bad it sounded.
Oh, right, because Gaia's Garden, it was an immediate, hey, stuff's going on right now, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Like, to be completely fair, cards on the table. Stuff is going on in both spots.
Yeah, it seems like it's both.
Well, I mean, Gaia's Garden's probably closer, more on the way, so yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
So as you all go through, so you come out over here in the from the mountains, and you're not underwater, because you guys are above water, and it was probably around 3 p.m. kind of deal, that's where the sun was. But the second you guys hit the edge, it is nighttime. It is pitch black, and for bone meal, folk song, and seasonings, I think they all share the same day-night cycle. It's gonna get weird other parts of the world, but I think that those three have or at least folk song and seasonings have always been, when it's day there, it's day here. But this is magical, so it doesn't have to make sense. But I would like it to be consistent.
One side has daylight savings, the other says fuck that shit.
Basically that. But as you get across, it is nighttime. But it is also you see the shining moon is just there and very, very present. Osiria and Midnight, can you give me 20-siders?
Of course.
Midnight, very good at it. Very good at keeping it in check. Osiria, only partially good at it. Only partially good at keeping it in check. Osiria, what about you becomes more monstrous in this moment?
For one, I think she might just be a little bit more aggressive, just in general for the duration of this. But also, as a visual thing, it's kind of subtle. I don't think anyone might notice it right away, but I think she has fangs for now.
Absolutely. And so with that, lean a little bit more aggressive. with your play. Like you feel it. Like you are under this feeling. Midnight, you are aware that something is tugging at you, but you are completely in control of it. Like you see the fact that your shadow kind of looked like it wanted to get out of line, you know what I mean? Because again, this is somebody else's.
Yep.
But like you just kind of like like the way that I'm thinking about it is it's very like animated. Like you give it a stern look and it snaps into place to going back to perfectly mirroring you. But it doesn't have to be that. Like you have it completely under control. What does that look like? Like when it starts to go wild, but you control it.
I think a lot of it is kind of that, but it's more. For a moment, Midnight exerts what little of his shadow is still there to just kind of tug back like it's almost like a leash.
Absolutely. Love it. Make sure I've got the right map. All right. Here we go. So you guys end up in the forest and it is so dark except for the moonlight, and you guys hear all around you like the roars of creatures and like creatures just like dashing through and all around you. Where did I? And like coming like crashing out of like the canopy is just like and they're much bigger than this. Like two massive looking griffins and like with sword sharp beaks like dashing, like flying at you, just dive bombing at you. And like you don't even have to make rolls to dodge it. All of you, like, but how do you dodge them? Or do you dodge them? Or do you just stand there?
So I understand if I have to make a roll for this, but I think so. Like they're coming at the party just like straight on, right?
Yeah, just dive bombing right at you, like out of control looking. I'm not mind control looking, but frenzied.
So, I think Osiria's gonna, like, try to jump out of the way, first of all. And then, like, see if she can't tag one of them with a thorn before, like, as it's going by her.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, make that roll. That'd be great. Okay, so we got a tough choice. So you can, like, make it... Like, you can spear it with the thorn, but you put too much into it. Like, as you're ripping through it, the thorn looks more like a fang.
Oh.
And it, like, pierces right through it. You hit Cass in the leg as he's trying to dodge. Now, Cass, you stumble as like you didn't see that attack coming, but you did. Like this one's like bleeding out on the ground. Oh yeah, Monstrous takes away your tough choices. No, I don't like that. So that's what you can do. If you do that, you do get the full kill. Like, you destroy this. And, like, I'm gonna say your fangs get a little bit longer in this moment. Otherwise, you can try to resist. And do you think Osiria can resist?
Based on our earlier roll, I think I'm gonna say no, actually. Because that's two tough choices in a row. I don't think she was able to, resist that. Like, because again, it's that aggression thing. I think she wanted to kill it, even if that's not how she normally is, like.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you take it down, Cass. Like, you go... How were you gonna get out of the way? What did it look like before you were fanged in the leg?
Cass was Cass is actually going to pop one of the other ones in the head. And then as it was like dive bombing, essentially after he killed it, he was going to move out the way. It was essentially going to be a quick draw, shoot, and then dodge.
And it was going to look so cool. And then just you feel this fucking fang dig into your leg, dealing 2 damage. And then, like, so now it's finishing its dive. What do you do to, like, last second get out of the way?
Cass pulls out the blood roses. Or, Cass pulls out a little bit of the blood rose petals. Like, quickly kind of, like, crushes them up in one hand and then just flings them off to the side.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me a 20-sider. Yep. And it works, and it, like, dashes past, like, it dive bombs past you. So, Tarkus and Midnight, this one's dead, bleeding out. Well, it's dead. Don't worry about the bleeding out part of it. But that one, like, lands on the ground, and it eats the blood roses so fast. And then it's just, like, as it, like, swallows them down its gullet, you guys can see it get, like, a little bit, like, its eyes get even more red, and, like, it starts, like, foaming at the mouth situation. And it's furious. I'm thinking it's about the size of, like, a Monster Hunter cuckoo, in case you're wondering about its size. What you two gonna do?
I think with it being busy eating, Midnight's going to draw his saber and just try to slash right at the throat.
It's all about the production value. And, yeah. So just a straight up, like, solid attack. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me that 20-sider. Tough choice. So here's the tough choice. You see the opportunity. You can make that hit, but it's going to do that, you have to scare it back to get it into the perfect position. It's gonna step back, and there's a good chance it's going to step on Cass. But you'll get the killing blow. You can just cut its head off right now. Or you can just do the initial attack and not go for the follow-up.
I think Midnight will try to go for the initial attack just to kind of try to provide opening for Tarkus.
Absolutely. So, like, you cut into it, and Tarkus, you do see, like, you deal, what's it, 3 damage with, 3 damage with you guys is, like, sabers. Oh, blood's still squirting. Yeah, you deal that 3 damage, and it reels back. But how do you take it, Tarkus? Like, you do see the opening. Midnight did give you that opening.
Tarkus is going to run at it and just punch it right in the face to try to make its neck spin around in a way it really was not meant to spin.
Absolutely. Roll me that 20-sider. Tough choice. Okay. Alright, this one's not going to have us beating up Cass, I don't think.
Not again.
It's like it would be very funny. So, you're going in for just like a ridiculous. You are cursed to forcibly be the Slayer. Oh, everybody's got a shield for 2. You.
What if Tarkus does kill it, but he keeps beating on the corpse?
Oh, okay. I like that. So, like, Tarkus, you see this thing, like, going for, like, a bite on Midnight's head. Like, Midnight wasn't concerned about it. He made the slash. He wasn't worried about it because he knew you had his back. So, like, Midnight's head was just right there, but you could see that if you were a little bit too slow, Midnight would have got his head bitten clean off. It didn't happen, of course not. You guys are amazing. But it could have. And in that moment, you are just like laying waste to this creature. And like everything in the forest is seeing this. Like all the creatures in the woods, like even in the rage state that they are, have marked you as the Slayer. They have marked
Tarkus's eyes go from green to red.
So they have marked you as like their predator. And as this curse stands, you cannot communicate with giant monsters. They will not have anything to do with you. But yeah, and also, I really think there's a moment where like Midnight sees its beak in like such quality that its beak was, and like Tarkus just keeps smashing it into powder. It's like, no, we could have made something out of that. That's how I see it in my head. If everybody's good with that.
Yeah, that is perfect, honestly.
All right, so like the fight dies down, like the creatures are dead. Tarkus finally stops pressing X on fucking Zeus's face.
Never stop.
Wait, was it X or was it like R1L1? I think it was R1L1 or something like that.
I don't know. I kind of thought of the battle between Kratos and Hercules.
Does he do it in that one too?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, where Kratos just keeps bashing Hercules' face. Hercules is long dead and he's still punching.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. Osiria, how are you feeling? Have you, like, once the adrenaline dies down, are you still just raring to go?
I mean, I don't think the like aggression is gone, but she definitely runs over to Cass to like help him up and just kind of just like, oh, by the goddess, I'm so sorry. I do not know what came over me.
A little too much juice there, Osiria. Please preferably tone it down.
Of course, I'm terribly sorry.
Aggressively polite Osiria is hilarious.
I didn't even think about it like that, but that's amazing.
So, so as Osiria is taking care of Cass's, do you have any healing for it? Like,
I do still have the base level heal for 5 HP, so yeah, I can do that.
Absolutely, we can start getting that taken care of. While that's happening, Tarkus and Midnight, what are you two doing? Like, you have 2 bodies, you have 1 head between the 2 of them. You guys what's it look like for you guys while Osiria is healing up this wound? And Osiria, I think you do finally, for the first time, see what you shot instead of the thorn, as it is like much harder and more like bone-like.
So I think Midnight's trying to plan out the path to Marigold, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's trying to think if they can pass that river that he knows of along the way, and I'm willing to use Pathfinder on that.
Tarkus is adding a notch to the Sea Wraith.
Absolutely. Oh, good.
Say, Cass, quick reminding everyone that we still have Geary's mission as well.
That thorn, like, just, it doesn't, like, go away or anything, right? Like...
Oh, no, it's gonna stick around.
Cool. So, yeah, Osiria's just gonna pocket that so we can study it later, because obviously that's not right. Like, not... At least she doesn't think that's right.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Midnight, go ahead and roll me a 20-sider. Alright. Yeah, based on, like, all the clues around you, like, Marigold, you can see tracks that are, like, that appear to be, and based on your time with Osiria, like, you understand how, like, mostly, like, Dryad-esque people move. Marigold is very similar in biology, I think, to Osiria. Except for more, like, they look more plant-like.
Yeah.
You can see that Marigold, like, ran through here, and you can see where the plants moved out of her way for her. And, like, but then you can see the fact that she was being chased by something huge and then you can look down and see very familiar claw marks in the ground. Giant, like, ruts of, like, 3-clawed toes. But then you also see what appears to be 3 sets of footprints running after them.
Okay. And does it look like any of this was passed by where he remembers his scimitar being?
Oh yeah, it would be, like, straight ahead.
Okay. Well, looks like they went over this way. I think we might have a run-in with Flower. So, as soon as you guys are ready, we should move ahead.
Right.
This is probably one of the few times I get to use this. Can I use stalk? Like when? Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, actually, yeah, because technically Midnight has tracked it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly good with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
can I use stalk, and that would give like an extra. That'd give an extra turn to us.
Absolutely, you can do that. Go ahead and roll me a 20-sider. Like, it's going to succeed. I just want to know why it succeeds. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you for these gifts. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just gotta set up the map. There we go. Excellent. So you stalk up on the cave, and you on the way there you see multiple other monsters like in these woods, but you guys are being very quiet. Like, what's it look like leading people? Like, actually, you guys tell me, what else do you see out here? Normally this forest has like living plants that it's just like they're cool, they're chill, they look like giant flowers, but like, and some of them are literally people. But now every time you see them, they're like monstrous versions of them. And like there's like forest cats, and like there's a giant skunk, and then there's giant versions of basically everything. But we are seeing like terrifying versions of them everywhere. Everybody give me something that you see.
There's a hulking humanoid-shaped writhing mass of vines.
It's really funny that you say that, because, you know, I have one of those. Where did it go? There we are. And like, how are you getting past it? Like Cass, you know that you are going to lead them past it. But like, how do you manage to like avoid its gaze and keep on the path that you guys are on? Like, how did you not like lose your way? And anybody else can be helping you with that for sure.
I imagine Cass would kind of ask Osiria for like some ideas.
It's a good thing too, because I was gonna suggest something that she can do to help. So basically, she can cast Cloud Call to like cover up our tracks, as long as, you know, as long as Cass is still able to navigate through the fog.
Oh yeah.
That one's nowhere near as good. Smoke my ass.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, you made it like super misty? Or like,
essentially, yeah, like the way I always imagine it, it kind of like, especially in places like this, it kind of just sort of rolls in from like out of the like thick of the trees. And like takes a minute for it to actually set in, but once it does, it's like real hard to see anything through it.
I think Midnight and Osiria, I think all four of you hear it. You definitely hear it, a very loud awoo in the distance. It's nowhere near you. It's not even the direction that you're going. But like, and like, Cass and Tarkus, you guys get like the fucking like shiver up your spine hearing it. But Osiria and Midnight, your hackles are definitely raised by that. And like, you could play it off by just saying that it's the chilly mist rolling in that like gave you the cold chill, but we all know better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Midnight just kind of glances in that direction, has to restrain a growl before trying to focus on the task.
So then you see, like, Cass, as you guys are stocking up, what you guys see is going to be, you will see Flower, and he's huge, and currently he has Marigold on the ground right here. Oh, that's the explosion. Marigold on the ground over here. In his mouth is Veteran Warrior, currently being crunched upon. That is like how well they were doing for you because of your roll of a 3. We cannot see Faye Enchantress, and Giraffe Warrior, Giraffe Monk has been wounded quite badly, and Troll and Half Troll Rogue is like holding his insides in. And this version of Flower is huge and terrifying.
It's not like in the dream world.
It's not like in the dream. Like, it might be, but like where that was anime, this is like bestial. This is terrifying. It's the same thing, but in a different art style. But like, where it's just like, oh, that's drawn or whatever. It can't hurt me. This is very, very real. And like, you are seeing like not just people like taking hits and getting like little scratches. Like, Riddle and Rhyme are being destroyed right now by this thing.
Guess gonna suddenly look at Midnight and kind of whisper, "Kind of wish we brought them anime powers with us. Kind of wish."
Would be handy right now, yes.
The metal of Veteran Warrior's armor is like squealing as like Flower's teeth are crunching into it.
Do we know if he's still alive or not, or is he just?
Oh, he's screaming so much.
So all of them look pretty hurt, right?
Oh yeah, Marigold, like, you can't. Marigold has lost both of her both of her legs. Don't worry, she can grow them back, but.
Okay.
Tarkus is gonna use 2 AP to use Bane Blade, and then take a shot at Flower with the shotgun.
Yep, go ahead and give me that roll. 6. Okay, here's your tough choice. Like, you know where the best shot is. You see the best lineup. Like, especially loaded with these slugs. You know what it is. It won't kill him, but it's really gonna hurt him. It's right
Out of curiosity.
through. Oh, go ahead.
Can multi-ball be used on a tough choice?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you exactly what multi-ball does on this tough choice. If you take it. So you like multi-ball, the second option is the miss. But if you take the best option, shoot the hostage. If you put this slug clear through Veteran Warrior's shoulder, it will come out and it'll like behind Flower's eye. And if you multi-ball it, you'll take out both of his eyes. It'll still be alive, still be rampaging, but it will be blind. Do you want to shoot the hostage? I'm not going to kill him from it.
I think as Tarkus lines up the shot, he's going to shout to whoever's willing to do it, someone get an HP shot to Veteran Warrior.
Nice. Sweet. You blew his arm clean off. Clean off.
Did that free Veteran Warrior by any chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's on the ground now, for sure. Like, splat. But Flower is like reeling back, like screaming, and like you can see, like, this room is like a grotto. Like, this is the moonlight coming in. And like you can see his back is like glowing with the moonlight, and it's not gonna heal nearly immediately, and probably won't even through the fight. But you can see behind his eyes, Like they are being like stitched back up. But that fucking hurt. Don't get me wrong. Like, this thing is in great pain.
But definitely not dead yet, yeah?
Oh, definitely not dead yet. Like, even those
All right.
slugs, yeah. This is... He big.
And,
But yeah, this is... you guys get a second turn without him being able to do anything else. Like, you guys can all do stuff.
So I have a question.
Wait. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask early on, but I forgot. Can I have the poison apple with me?
Yeah,
I
sure.
didn't have it listed. Okay. Then I want to try to yeet that thing right down Flower's throat.
Alright, give me a 20-sider.
Ooh. That three was filling.
Yeah, you do. Like, you get, like, right through its teeth while it's screaming. How did you, like, baseball pitch it? Like, how did you throw this thing?
You know what? I think he's going to use his red ball skills. He's going to toss it up and jump up and kick it right in.
Absolutely. It goes, like, flying down its throat. And, like, it's gonna be a minute. Like, Flower is going to die from this. But you still have to survive its death throes.
So we can use our curse abilities like now, right?
Absolutely can.
Because I want to use Raging Onslaught here. Like, I don't know if it's that, like, Osiria doesn't know it's going to die, or if she does know but just doesn't care, but first of all, I think the transformation is going to progress regardless a little bit here, because she's going to get claws for this, like... And essentially, she's just going to use them to, like, slash at, like, any vital, like, weak point she can find.
Yeah, give me that 20-sider. A tough choice on Raging Onslaught. Raging Onslaught's, the Monstrous' class is, like, power move situation. Like, with unchecked aggression, you deal a devastating blow. Strike an opponent with 6 damage. So for 6 damage, on a failure, it goes wild and hits the nearest opponent. So I think it's just, you can clean rip, like, you see its claws coming down at who? I think you see the claw coming down at Marigold as it's, like, in a rage. And to, like, get to it, you have to slash clean through. And, like, you will catch half troll rogue. You don't kill him, but he is, like, he will remember it, kind of thing, that you were willing to just claw through him too. But you will save Marigold and take Flower's arm clean off in one just giant swipe.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I'll take that.
It's like Giraffe Monk jumps in front of him after, like, the limb goes flying off. He's just like, be more careful. I thought you were the good guys. It's like, guild missions aren't supposed to be like this. And, like, it keeps roaring and, like, chomping down. And now it's missing a leg and it keeps scrabbling. and the blood that's pumping out of it is like turning black from the poison as it drips to the ground. But it's still like wildly out of control. Cass, you see it charging, like it turns its back and it's about to fucking spray you guys, is what it's trying to do.
Cass sees that it's about to start turning, and if this works, multi-ball, but Cass is essentially going to aim for both back leg joint and possibly the front one if the...
Oh, yeah, it can, right. Yeah, fucking just like bang, 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 bang.
Oh, I can't use multi-ball. Am I?
Hey, don't worry. Yeah, you're good for it. We know you're good for it.
Oh wait, actually, I need to roll it twice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't worry about the multi-ball then. Yeah, I forgot. There's a reason that we don't want to stack abilities like that too much. But no, this will be good. Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, then both back legs then.
Right, like it falls over, and it's just like keeps snapping at just the empty air, and you guys inside it, like it just keeps going, and it finally just like slows and stops. And yeah, Flower's dead.
Well, that was easier than I thought.
What happened to your fairy?
You see Faye Enchantress's like armor inside Flower's mouth.
Tarkus is gonna try to cut Flower open to see if there's still a chance.
I don't think so. Like, I think she got chewed. But you know what? Roll me a 20-sider. And only on a natural 20. Fucking hell!
Oh my god! Let's go!
You manifested that, sir!
Oh, man!
Hilarious. You find Faye Enchantress. She slipped out of her armor. She's still dressed, everybody. She just slipped out of the breastplate. And she's just like, holy fuck! This was a guild-sanctioned mission.
Why did the guild send y'all on essentially what is a death trap?
I don't think this was a guild-sanctioned mission anymore.
It's like, they said Flower was acting up. We came down here. It's just like, deal with the problem. You know, they motion to Midnight. They're like, you boop his snoot. You give him like 1-4 and he goes away for a while. It's fun. It's the guild practice. Sometimes he harasses the bees. The bees. But otherwise, we're good. But no, we came down here and we're just like, hey, like, wait a minute. And he was eating the council of flowers, and that was terrifying. And then so we hunted him down and we're like, okay, Flower, let him go. Let him. And then he ate me. And then she's just like, oh god. And she runs to Veteran Warrior and Goblin and
I was
like,
about to say.
And she just starts like casting healing spells.
I think.
Yep.
While that's going on, Osiria is gonna check on Marigold.
Marigold's just like, excellent. That was. What's going on? What? What big teeth you have?
Well. Listen, I do not have the full explanation as to this yet. And she kind of like does like a motion to her like fangs, cause, you know.
You look better with them.
Oh.
Giraffe Monk is just like, are you fucking serious right now? Giraffe Monk is actually, like, has no healing magic, so Giraffe Monk is literally just stomping out of the cave like, what the fuck? Friends bleeding to death? What are they doing? I think the wolf people are flirting. Yeah, I think they're flirting.
Are you gonna be able to save Veteran Warrior's arm?
The Enchantress, as long as you can, like, just grab it and put it back on, like, she will begin the healing process. She has enough magic to, like, push the guts back in. Well, you guys are gonna have to do the, like, you know, the gory work of putting it back, but she can, like, reattach.
Oh, Cass is definitely up for this. He goes into the stomach of Flower to grab his arm.
Oh no, Tarkus shot the arm off.
I know, but I imagine he ate it.
No, yeah, you could have been inside of it for sure. That's perfectly reasonable. It's just like Veteran Warrior, never seen outside of his armor. She reattaches his arm without taking him out of his armor, for the record. Like, and there is blood. There is something underneath that, but he will not take his helmet off.
We're not gonna pry.
It kind of looks like you would have to if you wanted to get it off. It really looks like you'd need a pry bar for that. Marigold's just like, this has been a day.
I can see that. We are here to help in any way we can, so...
I mean, not for too long. We still gotta go check on that other thing.
For the record, I think that Flower's scent, you know, as a skunk and just as a predator in this forest keeps you being pretty safe in this cave right now. That is probably why you're not being attacked while you're just in here. Just so you guys don't have to worry about that while we do this. Marigold's just like, it became nighttime suddenly, and just Mandrake said that she heard like what sounded like a tear, and all of a sudden the moon began to shine far too bright, and everybody went wild. Some of the Court of Flowers remained ourselves, me, Mandrake, some of the others, but others went close to feral, attacking each other, attacking small animals. Anything smaller and weaker than them, they just brought down with a glee.
We did encounter some of that on our way here.
Does the Wander crew know anything of this? Like, I asked for help as soon as I could, but this whole forest is overrun. I think Veteran Warrior is just gonna, like, because you saved him, so he's gonna, like, it's like the whole side. All of folk song became night in the middle of day. We were on our way here right before it happened.
You said you heard a tear?
A loud tear.
Like, do you know what direction it came from?
Trying to, like, figure out how she would know, or how you guys could help her remember. I think she would be I think she would know. And she's like, it came from the north, from further north than even Yoke. But it felt like it was everywhere, all at once.
Well, it sounds like that's around the area we need to go anyway, so... Once everyone's patched up, we should get ready to go. And Midnight is going to look for his sword while everyone's getting patched up.
Oh, for sure. I think Midnight can like look into the water, and you see it just like in that stream, like it has been like come downstream back. Oh no, you lost it in this room.
Yes, I did.
So yeah, like it'll be there. A bit chipped, and a bit rusted, but nothing you couldn't like buff out.
Welcome home, old friend.
Absolutely. So, Marigold just like looks on. You're leaving. Can you stop this from somewhere else?
That is our hope.
At the very least, if it happened further north, we received a request up that way as well. So, ideally, we'll at least be able to pinpoint the source and figure out what to do from there.
And like, I think the Riddle and Rhyme are all like, as they bundle up together, they just look at you. It's just like, we'll keep them safe. We'll try to locate any of the rest of the Court of Flowers in the woods and bring them back in here for safety. If you think you can get this done, we will protect them. This is Giraffe Monk speaking. I don't know if I'm clear.
Thank you. One less thing to worry about.
Yes, thank you, and I am sorry for how that fight went.
The troll's just like, you fucking clawed me, like, and you looked a lot like him. You know who they looked like? You know who they looked like? They looked like the big bad wolf from those storybooks. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, when that claw came at me, it didn't even look like it was a real thing. It looked like it was straight out of a book. You guys are scary.
I think as soon as that name is said, Osiria like flinches a little bit because she's like, that's probably the moment where she kind of connects, like, oh, that might be related to that other mission. I don't think she says anything about it yet, but
It's like, absolutely. And like, he's just like, no, I was just disemboweled. You're not a fairy book character.
right, of course. That would be ridiculous.
I mean, that would be just absolutely crazy. Like, what kind of weird world would we have to live in the way, like, you, clearly some form of dryad type creature, became a storybook monster that it eats grandmothers. It's crazy. Crazy talk. Onward. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Cass kind of lasts for a little bit as he's pulling like one of the teeth of like from Flower, just like a sort of token. Also, casually bringing back the breastplate of Faye.
She thanks you, and she's like, huh. Oof, I'm gonna need to get this buffered out. And like, at all of their armor in just such a state that basically none of them. Giraffe Monk is in the best shape, but that's because she doesn't wear armor. So yeah, where did you guys park the boat?
Can I drag the severed arm of Flower to the boat? I believe there's a certain craftsman in Delve that makes stuff out of monster parts.
There is a certain craftsman in Delve that makes stuff out of monster parts. Yeah, okay, if we're going that route, roll me a 20-sider. Midnight, you too. I know that Midnight's interested in this stuff.
Yep.
This is the quality of stuff that you get a la Monster Hunter style. 2 and a 5? Why are you guys so bad at carving? Okay.
Do I also require to roll?
Tarkus clearly has not practiced keeping parts intact.
No, the tooth is fine. The tooth is fine. I think as you guys are like trying to get pieces off of it, you hit the fucking scent gland for sure. And whatever it is that you guys get off of it stinks to high heaven. It's
Someone's gonna have to tell Tarkus that.
I don't even think it like. I think it makes your eyes now. If not, like you have fluids, your eyes start to water. You don't know why, but they do. Like you guys do find some of the best materials from it. You know that this fur would be amazing, except for we cannot ever wash out the smell.
Yeah, Midnight's diving right into the river.
So yeah, like, you guys can add it. You guys can carry the stuff around, but everybody is gonna, like, be throwing up around you. Do you guys want to keep that stuff, or are we leaving it?
Midnight cannot handle that, so he is going to accept the loss.
Oh my god, you just did that in this cave where it's the only place these people are safe.
Wait, didn't it technically already smell though? Because you said his skunk powers, you know.
It tried to, but you shot its legs off before it did it. And it died. So it was all good. We wouldn't have had to worry about the skunk spray. But now it's everywhere.
Look at it this way. We made the cave even less desirable for monsters to come in. We have technically made the cave safer.
You have punished Riddle and Rhyme for no reason. They are so sick in here.
I'm sorry.
Midnight's just running to the boat.
Yeah, he is weak to strong smells, so yeah.
Alright. So yeah, we're gonna go to the north. We're going up where you guys were told to go before, right?
Yep.
And like you all carry like the trackers, the anomaly trackers, right? Like everybody should have access to them.
Yeah.
Like your communicators are updated to do it.
Okay.
And the closer, like you might not have noticed it at first because you guys were in a hurry, but like as you go, and I think you guys might have known just from the darkness, the further north that you get, there is an anomaly up here. And like it's not in the scale of a big anomaly because it doesn't like, nothing's like coming through that's a terrifying monster. You know what I mean? It's just one that changes what time of day it is. Mostly harmless, it seems like, right? You guys arrive to the trade outpost, and One Tooth, the bartender from the guild hall, who we know has done shady backroom dealings in the past, like, is standing in front of his place. He's just like, it's burned completely. It turns out, it's like, are you with Geary? Nice of you to show up. He said you were on your way.
Well, we're sorry about that. You know, we had to fight off a giant, well, it was essentially a giant skunk.
Oh, Okay. I fought a literal dragon. Literal dragon. He points at all the fires around.
Well, you have any tracks from him?
And he like motions. You see claw marks through buildings. You see what is definitely like teeth marks dug into the soil. He's just like, what's going on? It's like, I kid you not. Like, I saw just like, standard werewolf. I know werewolves. Werewolves are pretty chill. And he looks at Midnight. He's like, I don't think you're a werewolf, but I understand why people might think you're a werewolf. He's just like, but no, I got friends. I got friends from Sonnery. And she's like, wasn't nighttime at all. Me and old fucking Kyle walking down the path. He goes full werewolf, runs away. Suddenly it's nighttime. What's going on?
Did you hear a ripping sound?
A rip? It's just like
or it happened.
She's like, yeah, I guess. I just like rip, crash. It's like, I don't know what it was.
Well, from what we heard, it's likely the cause of everything that's going on right now, so... Before we go track that down, is there anything you need us to do right this moment?
I mean, I would like, the fire to have been put out, but then I guess it's all fucking destroyed now. It's fine. Just go deal with that dragon so this doesn't happen again. It's just like, it's like working with you all is just such a pain in the ass. Find this, do this. It's like, my notebooks are in there. And you do see like a flaming building where he's just like, he just throws a rock and starts walking back down the path towards the yoke.
Well, can't save everything in this world, but we can sure as hell try.
Yeah, I would say saving lives is more important than
buildings. Yeah.
Still, I suppose we can try to put out the fires quick and see if anything can be salvaged.
You all hear a monstrous roar, like a guttural roar. I'm thinking like, there's one of the Godzilla movies where he I think it's actually the bad Godzilla 2000 where he roars almost stuttering, or Jurassic Park's T-Rex.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of that too.
Same.
That is the stuttering roar you hear in the distance. And let me tell you, Osiria and Midnight, it feels like a challenge to you two.
Is that the direction that the anomaly is?
Oh yeah, definitely. That is if you could coordinate it, situation, you could lay it out, it would be dead center.
So
Been a while since I fought a dragon. Hopefully I won't break all my bones this time.
I'm sorry, did you say a while?
Yeah, I home had dragons.
Home you were from? Never seen no dragons here.
Someone Juris sneezes.
Cat's never
Every
seen
dragon lawyer sneezes.
Zachnus sneezes. Ivo sneezes. Akana sneezes a little bit. Shit, was that all of them?
I think that's all of them.
Oh, well,
no, wait,
Caesar. Don't be ridiculous. Theo's dead.
Oh.
The Red Order took care of Theo. We'll see them, don't you worry. Ivo plays later this month. Alright, everybody. What's the plan? We just charging?
See, I think
I
initially,
think we should set up a trap.
well,
I mean, I still got a little bit of them blood roses left. Last little bit, but you know.
see, I think initially Osiria was gonna like focus on putting out the fires before we set off, but she's been challenged now, and she does like she already doesn't back down from challenges. So now with this curse, yeah, she's just gonna like set off towards where it is. Like,
Oh wait, I think I got it.
Do you like... Are you just running and then it starts becoming like a dream situation where you're on all fours running?
I think so.
It's always so cool. I wish you moved faster in dreams when it happened, but like... Alright, let's go to the tower.
Oh, I was gonna say
sorry.
before.
Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say before they left, Cass used Cass used 2 AP to use Read the Winds and change that area to a thunderstorm.
Oh, for sure. Roll me a 20 static because I love it when you guys fuck with weather magic.
And now he's gonna complain it's raining.
It'll be fine.
So tough, like... Oh no, okay. That's great. Don't worry about what the tough choice is. The weather comes in exactly as you want it. It comes in quick, too. It's right now, it's raining. It's a little bit bigger than you intended it to be, but, like, it's fine. Oh, and I'm sorry, I took us to the wrong map a second ago. Let me just...
It's funny that that's how you dealt with it, because I would have used Storm Call, like, had I committed to that path instead.
Hey guys, Jeff's here.
Yeah.
Also, it's a thunderstorm like crazy. But Jeff big, really big. Midnight. Roll me a 20-sider.
Okay.
15, absolutely. You scanning the area looking for whatever the anomaly could be based on like the reports from Kuari and whatnot, that as like what it looks like when you are near an anomaly, and you can see in sometimes when in the gapping clouds right in front of the moon, like you can see the fact that the moon is shining like from a different sky. You know what I mean? Like, it is a small hole that is just exactly where somewhere else's world's moon is. But it's way up there. I'm going to assume that you, of course, have your thread and needle on you.
Yeah, I mean, if I could pack it on the ship and took it with you, yeah.
All right, man. There it is. It literally right there. But the clouds are beginning to cover up the moon. So it's getting harder and harder to see as like you begin hearing the thunder rolling in and seeing the lightning.
Oh.
But yeah, you got a giant fucking Jeff, and you guys didn't sneak up on it. Osiria like makes her way in there first, and like to respond. How do you respond to his challenge when you arrive?
Oh, I have such a cool idea. Hold on. Let me just find the ability real quick. So, since the challenge was like a big roar, I think, once she gets to the area, once she's shown herself, I'm gonna use Menacing Presence as she throws back her head and just lets out a big, like, terrifying howl.
Oh, I'm sorry. Absolutely. Go ahead and make a roll. Man, if it's a 1, this ability on Catastrophe is hilarious. No, it's a 10. We got a tough choice.
Wouldn't manifest that one.
That it would have been hilarious, right?
Yep.
Alright. So as like you howl, your tough choice is like you have to prove yourself to be able to back that up. It's gonna roar fire in your face, and it will deal 4 damage to you. Like, or you could dodge it, and it doesn't deal any damage to you. But if you take that 4, you paralyze Jeff in fear from not backing down.
As much as I would love to not, like, as much as I would love to just take it, it is still Osiria at the end of the day, and this is fire directly to her face, so she's just going to jump out of the way last second.
Like, it throws that fireball, and it goes between Midnight and Cass as Osiria dodges out of the way, and like you just hear like a rumbling laugh as like it like raises its claws. We're fighting a giant ass dragon now, guys. Let's go. What's it look like for everybody involved?
Really? I'm thinking of something super risky here.
Do you want some help?
Yeah.
Real quick, like right now, how much of the clouds is covering?
A decent amount. Like right now, you can still see the moon, and like you keep catching it in like glimpses. Like it's not like you don't know where the moon is, but like it does keep getting covered with like a cloud once in a while. Like you would need a full success to be able to like see it. You know what I mean?
Like, is it like every time the moon gets covered up, we're just not seeing like Jeff at all, or is it like?
Oh no! If it gets covered up, like nothing happens to Jeff, like in that, because like UV rays or whatever are still passing through the clouds. You just can't see where the anomaly is, so it's harder to track what you would be trying to close. If you're trying to close it, if you're just trying to fight Jeff, fucking let's go.
I think since Osiria and Midnight are just pretty much challenging this thing head on, Cass is going to go ahead and try and find the anomaly.
Well, technically Midnight is in control, but...
Oh, Midnight's in control? Oh.
Yeah, Midnight's been holding together pretty well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Midnight's doing great.
Although he... Well, we'll see. We'll see. When's my turn?
But yeah, Cass is going to kind of go off and track the anomaly.
Yeah, sure. Give me a 20-setter. 4. 4 is pretty bad.
Hold up, wait. I'm not doing this.
Nice. So, okay, Cass. The claw is coming at you, and you know it is about to and you see 3 claws. How many hands? Yeah, it has 4 claws. So the hand is swiping for just gonna take all 4 of you out in one go, and you see that it's about to happen. You have to get through that to get to the tower so that you can have let me show you the tower. It's back there, guys. You feel like that, if you get to the tower, you are closer to the anomaly. What's the dodge look like? And how does it look like you are about to die? This thing is literally about to kill you. And then you dodge it perfectly, so perfectly that you give the rest of your party a good chance on their next attack on the next thing that they do. They all get a really good effect. What's that look like?
Let me tell you, Cass got one lucky break because he may or may have not just jumped through an opening in the claws. Kinda.
Just dove right through?
Yeah, it was essentially a split second reaction where he just saw the claws open up and just kind of jumped right through the middle part of it.
You know what I like about that? Here's what I like about it. As you jump through, you see the claw hit what looks like a tree stump, and Jeff laughing because he totally thinks he just splattered you. He thinks you're dead as you sneak around behind to the tower. So you can raise somebody else's roll by 1 step coming up because of the vantage point that you have. As you're looking for the anomaly, you are also able to keep an eye on the crowd and on them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you are climbing the tower, and it's just again, this is Jeff's tower. It's just that right now it's in a scary mode. He's in a scary mode, but no, he has his fucking dragon literature around. And he has a room decorated for a princess that may or may not want to visit him someday. But he is currently roaring, trying to eat your friends. Midnight and Kuari, and Midnight and Tarkus. What do we got?
Well, with Cass being passed, I think Midnight's just going to take a moment to stare down the dragon, close his eyes, and relinquish restraint to just go full force against this dragon and try to am I able to use another ability at the same time as relinquish restraint, or is that basically...
Sure, yeah, just sell it to me.
Okay. Yeah, he just goes into his full demon form and summoning his shadow whip. And he's going to try to climb onto this dragon's back, wrap his tendrils around the wings and its mouth, and try to basically try to ride the dragon like a horse and try to control its movements.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll me that 20-sided. This is crazy dangerous for both you and for Jeff. But with a success you are you guys, what's it look like when do you coat yourself in your shadow? What is you relinquishing restraint look like? Because we know it's not a werewolf situation.
I think it's a lot like his shadow demon form, where he just becomes coated in magical energy. You just see a little bit of a hint of his demonic form, just kind of gaunt, covered in black and purple energy, a crack of energy along his chest where his scar is, and again the mimic cloak turning into those eyeballs. And I think with a little bit of the black dog influence, you just kind of it's kind of got more of a the back side of him has a bit more fur, almost fur-like energy coming up behind him, and it just unleashes into tendrils that just wrap all around the wings and the mouth and all that.
Yeah, so like he is still like thrashing around, and you have like the wings mostly contained, but like his mouth just keeps opening, and like once in a while like fires a burst of flames, and his claws are still just fucking going nuts. But you have him significantly restrained right now. Like he would make an attack here. You are preventing that. Tarkus, what's it look like? Let me tell you. Midnight's holding this fucking giant of a creature, snapping its mouth, almost barbecued Osiria a moment ago. Like, it, like, fully believes that it killed Cass. For a second, you saw that flash of, like, you... Actually, I'm gonna ask you, Tarkus, did you see Cass jump between the fingers? Or did you just see Cass disappear?
I think I just saw Cass disappear.
Well, that doesn't bode well for Jeff, does it?
Out of curiosity on Baneblade, it
Yeah.
says it's active for the next hour. Is that session time hour or in-game hour?
In-game hour.
All right, so that's probably worn off.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's also probably weird. You guys have traveled like halfway across this side of the world, and like the time of day didn't change. Like the moon didn't move at all.
It's magic. Who cares?
Oh, it is actually very much magic. Like, it's like, oh no, Cass doesn't worry about it. And it's like, this side's weird. Isn't that what happens? They don't have nearly enough sand. Meanwhile, like the idea of Cass thinking folk song is weird, I have to draw the line. You guys milk centipedes.
Yeah, but at least we're down. At least you know.
Yeah, we're down to earth centipede milkers in the bone meal.
What about the town of zombie bugs?
The town of like ridiculous zombie bugs? Well, they're not zombie bugs. They just collect their. Oh wait, no, they are zombie bugs. Fuck. Oh shit, you guys really messed that town up. Sorry, we will. I know that Rip Like Jesus was still up. I'm gonna start that over for the record because I talked too much. All right, Tarkus, what does it look like? What do you do?
I'm gonna spend 2 AP to bring Baneblade back up, and then I'm gonna. Can I use the Abyssal Impale part of the Sea Wraith to grapple hook my way out of the way?
I don't see why you couldn't.
So yeah, I'll spend 3 more AP to do that and try to grapple up to his neck.
Yeah, and once you don't have to make a roll for that. I'm gonna give you Oh wait, shit. Are you using that as the attack or just mobility? Like, are you just like trying to use the spearing of it as your attack, or were you gonna do another attack once you were there?
You know what? I'll use it for mobility, and once I'm at the neck, I'm gonna use the shotgun again.
All right, give me 2d20. We'll take the higher. That's gonna hurt him. So you blow a hole right through his fucking like this is like a Smog situation from like the original Hobbit movie. Like you blow a hole through his carapace. And like, Osiria, you're big and bad. And you see it. Like you see his weak spot. Like shining like right there. He's being held back. Like Midnight gets the tendrils right around the mouth and it slams shut as Tarkus like blows a hole in the armor of this giant dragon that literally just tried to kill you. But to be fair, you may have sobered up a little bit if you want to have, unless you want to just go right back into it. And that's completely up to you.
I don't think she has, honestly.
All right.
So, yeah, I think once again, we're just going to do the same as we did to Flower. Use, sorry, I'm forgetting the ability name right now.
Restless Onslaught?
Yeah, that one.
A Raging Onslaught. My bad. Lots of R's in these ones. Bloodlust Recovery. Relinquish Restraint and Raging Onslaught. I'm very curious how, and you guys don't have to answer me now, but I am very curious how both of you guys go about the Bloodlust Recovery ability. Like, I don't think it's drinking blood for you two, but like, I would like to know, is it eating somebody's shadow? That's wild. Alright, go for it, Osiria. Roll me 3d6 and take the highest. 3d20 and take the highest. You have, and Cass, you also can see the best way for Osiria to do this if you wanted to raise this attack.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
Just so we're completely clear.
I definitely was going to raise this.
3d20, we'll take the highest. Unless you, oh, yeah. Oh, a 13. A 13 is so fucking good.
And then on top of that, I'll raise it.
Oh, did you don't even have to worry about it. No, we'll treat that 13 as a 20, but also as a 13 still. Osiria, what does fully going the big bad wolf look like?
So I think it's like, it's what you'd expect the humanoid wolf-like appearance she kind of takes on, except, God, I don't know the right way to describe this, but basically it's like, imagine if you just took a drawing out of a book and just made it a 3D object effectively. That is basically the form she's gonna take on in this moment, as she's rushing towards this thing.
Oh, I have a question. Does Cass fully see Osiria?
Absolutely. The whole thing.
I will say it's definitely it's real weird to look at.
Cass is definitely thinking different of Osiria right now.
And yeah, I think she's going to rush forward and just lunge at that weak spot and just basically just bite down on it as hard as she can.
So yeah, you fucking you do the damn thing. You rip this to the ground. You rip him to the ground. Midnight, were you trying to kill him when you were doing it, or were you just restraining? Because it's obvious that Osiria and Tarkus are trying to kill.
Midnight was definitely just trying to restrain, because he knows that if the anomaly is taken care of, this probably ends. There's one, he's probably having to fight against the black dog a little bit, but for the moment he was just trying to restrain.
Cass, how did you help Osiria? What was it that raised the effect for you? And for her?
Cass is pretty much sightseeing eye, then turning on his communicator, saying, "Hey, a piece of his carapace came off around his upper right side of his chest."
Okay, absolutely. And yeah, I think, and let me know if you don't like this, but I think Osiria comes, like, explodes out the other side of him, basically, with, like, in a huge humanoid wolf form, like, as the big bad wolf, but clutched in her mouth is Jeff's heart. And then Jeff dies, because that was a crit on Raging Onslaught with Ripped Like Jesus up.
With a 13.
With a 13.
That acted like a 20.
That acted like a 20. Hey, Osiria, you're still so hungry? And there's a couple more people on this map.
Uh-oh.
Is Osiria big?
Osiria big.
Shame.
Quickly, let me.
Hey, Cass. Osiria is currently circling Tarkus and Midnight. How's that anomaly coming along?
Do I roll for that or?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing? Like, have you been shown how to sew anomalies? I don't think Katori's been like teaching that class lately, because Katori's been like busy.
Katori has not, but I definitely may or may not have been using my communicator all this time. to try and call up one of the Stitch Crafters and essentially have what is essentially a hands-on lesson through the radio, through the communicator. We'll see how that goes.
For sure. I absolutely think Katori picked up, for the record. Like, 100% believe Katori picked up, and just like Serge just wants to have conversation with you. It's just like, no. I think...
just Cass in the car and say, hey, Katori, no, I know. No, I just need help real quick, please. Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, with a 16, like, you can begin sewing it shut. It's not going to be an immediate thing, but you can begin sewing it shut. Osiria, you see Tarkus explicitly as, you know him as the Slayer, the same way everybody in all the monsters in those woods knew him, as like the predator, the danger, the threat. You look at Midnight and you see him as a rival. Like, both of these need to be removed. How would you deal with it? Like, just for, like, this is not me saying that Tarkus is stronger than Midnight. In this situation, I think I think Tarkus appears as the bigger threat.
Yeah.
I was about to say, may I use Beckon the Beast to take aggro?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I was gonna say, I'll say straight up, like, if that costs AP, you've got aggro either way. Because Osiria was gonna... Yeah.
You guys are great. Fucking, what's it look like when you two clash?
Like, Tarkus is just looking at Osiria, slapping his shotgun against the Sea Wraith to make some noise.
I think Osiria's like kind of low to the ground, kind of like prowling around looking for an opening to pounce.
Alright, Midnight, right now, what do you do? Do you run up to help Cass? Do you stay and try to, like, help Tarkus? Like, you have a clear one. It's obvious Tarkus has Osiria's attention right now. And like you said, you know that it'll go back to normal if you just close that rift or the anomaly.
I think he's thinking that the two will survive long enough, and he's going to basically use the Shadow Whip to launch himself up the tower to try to help Cass.
All right. So, go ahead.
And I think for actually trying to close the rift, he is actually going to try to use his shadow to guide the thread.
Absolutely. All right. We're gonna need a roll from you, from Cass and Midnight in a minute, though. Like first,
Okay.
I want this attack from Tarkus onto Osiria and Osiria onto Tarkus. I need this. And just for the record, Osiria is still so ripped like Jesus. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a 3. What's the attack look like that missed completely? Like, was Tarkus prepared for it, or was it just a bad attack?
See, I think she, like, again, she was looking for an opening, so I think she thought she found it and acted a little too quickly and just barreled towards him and pounced like fangs bared, ready to bite. And Tarkus, I'll let you take it from there.
Wait, so you're leaping at Tarkus?
Yep, like with the intent of a bite.
Yeah, I got enough AP for this. Like, as you're leaping at Tarkus, I'm going to spend 4 AP to do a title surge strike with the Sea Wraith. To just uppercut you with it.
Oh my god.
11's a full success.
Yup,
So
that's good enough.
Let's see, that's 2 plus 3 from the Bane Blade. The Sea Wraith does 4 damage on its own. Do I also get the plus 2 from the Chosen Nemesis passive on this?
You do. You definitely do.
We have those shields.
Wait. Is that 9 or 10 damage?
Bane Base stays activated for an hour. He activated it again before this fight. He reactivated. So yeah, the Sea Wraith is a cannonball. So you just
it's
fucking
like a cannon-powered harpoon gun.
Oh yeah, oh, it's Sea Wraith. Sorry, my bad. I thought you were like that. That's the Sea Devil's round. My bad. Osiria's at you're at 2? Because everybody starts with 12 HP?
With the shield, I think I'd be at 4.
Oh, okay. So you're at 4. Yeah, it fucking hurt though. Alright, Midnight and Cat. What's it look like? Did you impale her? Like to the ground, or did you just
Yeah. As soon as the uppercut happens, there's just an explosion and Tarkus is falling through, just arcing himself and pinning Osiria to the ground.
Yikes. Yeah, so there's some major damage going on for Osiria. Midnight and Cass, how's the sewing going?
It's going.
I think
Let's get 20
we'll
status
find
for
out,
both
I
of
guess.
you. Yeah, let's figure it out. A 13, so smooth, and a 1!
Oh my!
Yes! Yes, this is so great!
Fucking beautiful.
Osiria, you feel the moonlight come through the clouds. And it's just like you feel its rays hitting your back. Your AP is regenerating. It's like you are growing in size significantly. Like Tarkus's harpoon pops out of your back like it's nothing. Like it wasn't even there. What you gonna do to Tarkus?
Does that put me back at full AP?
That puts you back at full AP.
Let's see. I kind of want to, since he just did a lot of damage to me, and I want to try to recover some of that. I want to use Bloodlust recovery.
Oh, absolutely. What's it look like?
I think it's like it's a normal bite like attack initially is what it would look like. But when it lands, like I think her fangs effectively glow with a similar color to like the glow of her healing magic. Except obviously this isn't healing, this is more of like a vampirism effect almost.
Okay.
So she's effectively just like siphoning HP through biting him.
Alright, Tarkus, you are... Oh yeah, go ahead and make that roll. Alright. 6? Tarkus, you're still fucking doing it. What's the tough choice? Like Osiria will get this attack off on you, or she will dodge, but you will be in a worse situation for it.
I think Osiria is gonna get the attack off, but Tarkus is gonna be able to wrap the chain of the Sea Devil's round around her neck.
Oh, heck yeah.
Love it. So like, yeah, it's like, so you have it around her neck. Can you roll to try to like keep her like restrained? You don't. Yeah, we don't. Oh, go ahead.
How much does that siphon for, by the way? It doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
specify.
it does. It's
Yeah.
4. It's 4. That's my fault.
So I'd take 4, Osiria heals 4.
Yep.
Tarkus's plan isn't to restrain Osiria, though.
Okay. What's Tarkus's plan?
Tarkus's plan was to get metal on Osiria's body.
All right. I mean, you did
He's
it.
gonna use the Conjurer's Crown to cast Shock for free.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking just blitz through. Yeah, that we done. Yeah, go ahead and make the roll just so we know what it looked like, what the number is, but it's gonna work. 19's gonna do a heck of a shock. Are you still? Yeah, you're inside Osiria's mouth right now. Or at least parts of you are. Yeah, Osiria,
Beautiful.
you are fucking being electrocuted from like the inside out.
I think that KOs both of us.
Yeah, I think you're both just dunk.
Shit. Yeah,
Together die.
So yeah, Midnight and Cass, down below you see a giant, like, this is so great, a lightning bolt from the Stormcast called pours down and adds itself to Tarkus's shock, and just like the whole world goes white with light for a moment. And you guys finally, the 13 is still a success, it just caused something terrible to happen as well. So Midnight, you get that last stitch. What's it look like? What's going on?
I think Midnight basically has a bunch of tendrils coming out of his back, just kind of trying to rapidly weave the thread in through the anomaly. And
I was gonna say, I imagine that like Midnight's doing like the bottom portion of the anomaly, and I'm doing like the top portion of the anomaly, and we kind of meeting in the middle.
yeah, something like that could work.
Like he's using multiple tendrils, I'm using all 4 of my arms.
Just like crazy, like sewing machine situations.
Yeah.
Everything just going really fast. Lady and Tramp in that anomaly. Aw, Midnight's a tramp. Cassie, a lady. See, I always when I grew up, tramp meant like the same basically as like hooker did. Like that's how I learned it. But then when I saw Lady and the Tramp, I was like, this is weird.
I don't think Pim's gonna like this ship. Well, I don't know.
So you guys do get it sewed up. Oop, 1 second here. Oh no, that still works out. Here we go. Oh, my bad, Jeffrey. You two are here. You two are up here. As soon as that last one goes, it's like the sun rose. Midnight. Like, your hackles go down. Like, but while you're up there, because again, a 13 is still a success. This looks deliberate. This looked deliberate. Like, in the before times when we were still a liminal, like you messed with the your chisel once in a while. This looks very similar to that, to the holes that you could punch temporarily in reality. This is very similar to that level of it, but it is. And what made it so hard to put back together was it was so frayed. You guys had to like pull it, like you basically had to overlap it a little bit. It's like the way that Kuari was talking about before.
Yeah, I think he's kind of pulling out the chisel, just kind of looking at comparing it, kind of closing one eye to just kind of imagine what it'd be like if he had tried to do this himself, and that's basically how he figures out that it was deliberate.
Oh, Cass is going to radio into a Kuari.
Yeah, Kuari, you hear like a massive fight going on. He's just like, "Yeah, what's up, Cass?" And it's like you hear him like begin to roar back at something else roaring at him.
Hey, Kuari, just letting you know that we handled the anomaly.
Oh, you get wait, anomaly?
Yes, there was in fact an anomaly. Unfortunately, we could not save your guy's train check, but you got none of his notebooks out, and like you hear like swords clattering everywhere. Unfortunately not. His house was burnt down. We figured out what burnt down the house. It was in fact a giant dragon.
He's like, hold on 1 second, and then you hear a massive like body slam on the ground, and it sounds like you can hear a carapace crunching under his foot. He's like, yeesh. All right, I took care of 9.
I'm sorry, did you just say 9?
9's dead. Whew.
Kind of before going back to the original subject, I'm just going to kind of quickly tell Midnight, hey Midnight, didn't we see 9 in our dreams? In that dream that we had?
Might have been one of them, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, there turned out to have been a massive terror that we ended up sewing back together. Pretty much caused everyone to become feral. Almost everyone.
He's like, nah, he's just like, and I thought that. So to be clear, you guys can understand this. Anybody that has a secondary monstrous form was changing into their like monstrous form. Everything in the in Gaia's Garden has a second form like that because of their interaction with Charity's curse and like the Mandrake blood situation. Like they are all vampires, for lack of a better word, but they can all become like the Red Rose monsters under the right conditions. And Jeff had a massive monstrous form. I love this conversation happening as Tarkus and Osiria are on the ground, by the way.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Midnight's going down to check on them.
I was about to say, I imagine like we're going down this castle.
You're just having the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm still just happy I set up that double KO.
That was so good.
What?
Nobody wins.
Together die.
Together die.
They are at 0 HP and they look rough. Osiria, you have a hole through you, like where that harpoon went through. And Tarkus, you have so many holes in you from where those teeth went through you.
Plus, we both smell a little crispy.
Well,
Oh shit, does Osiria have burn marks from the chain of the wrecking ball?
Only if she
Oh.
wants them. It's like, I don't like to scar you guys unless you guys tell me you want them.
Do you want burn scars around your neck?
I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Honestly, let's do it.
Tarkus says he's like, I said Tarkus has fluids. Tarkus said he has fluids that are blood, but we've got some stuff about that. I think something is pouring out of Tarkus that you would recognize as blood, because like, you guys, like, what's Cass's blood? Red? Why would it be red? Look at him. Look at that dude. Why would Osiria's blood be red?
I mean, yeah, I haven't gotten to establish it before, I don't think, but hers is green.
It's like in Tarkus's is kind of like it's red-ish, but man, it's so fucking hot. Why is it so hot? It's not hot to him, but man, it's hot.
Wait, is Tarkus bleeding lava?
I mean, I wouldn't touch it. Giri is just gonna be like, oh, it's a good thing I didn't go there then. Once you explain the whole, like, transforming thing. Yeah, Giri could have came here. You guys could have, like, asked him to come along if you guys absolutely needed. But Giri's secondary form is terrifying.
Now let's try to carry them back, but
well,
let's try stop by the train. Let's try stop by the train post real quick. I have one idea we can try. I don't think it's going to work, but I feel bad if we didn't try it.
Never hurts to try.
You get back to the trading post, which is now just collapsed mud and, like, ash. Like, the storm has been going on for this entire time.
I think it's going to be a log shot, but I do want to play a card to try.
I wouldn't waste one of your cards if you're going to try to, like, find any of the notebooks or anything, because I think that ship sailed.
I was going to try to undo.
How is undo phrased? Okay, you're going to have to roll me a 20-sider. I'll give you something for any success. I will give you more for if a 20, then amazing, but, like, a success will count as something.
Okay.
7, a tough choice. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here's your tough choice. You can find one of two notebooks. One of them is current locations of known pirate queens, or history of pirate queens.
Let's go with history.
All right. You get it out of there. And it's just like, yeah. You have it. Osiria and Tarkus both in a bad way still. Do you guys have healing for them? Or are we just like... taking them back from it. Like, you guys can heal them if you have like HP shots and stuff, but they are both going to require hospitalization after this, I think.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing I could do is a scroll, and I think I've used enough of them for this game.
All right, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm good. How are you guys? Did you guys made a litter for them? How are we carrying Tarkus's?
Also, I popped an HP shot for Osiria.
Absolutely. Okay.
Since Osiria's got the giant hole in her chest.
Yeah, I think at this point we'll probably take since we're in these ruins, probably take a few planks of wood to make a platform for Tarkus to drag him.
I imagine Osiria would be light enough for Cass to carry with his inner arms.
I was gonna say, are we two arms? Are we bodyguarding it with 2 arms and litter carrying it with the other 2 arms?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like
Love it. I think, yeah. I think we're gonna get back to the silver thimble. As you guys get back, the boat comes back. Bonnie is waiting on the beach because he heard of your arrival, or like at the port. He's just like, "Did you find anything interesting?" He's like, "Oh shit, they are in bad shape. What'd you do?"
Yep.
He looks over at Tarkus. He looks at Tarkus, like, before you can even say anything, he looks at Tarkus and looks at him and he's like, "What'd you do? Have a little snack?" And he pokes at the holes. He's like, "I'm just joshing you." Punches you in the knee again.
Midnight's just gonna hand him the book, and
he takes the book and he's like, "Oof, it's wet. Why is it wet?"
Guessing.
You have a little accent? I'm just joshing you. Punches you in the knee again.
Guess.
It's a lot happened.
It's like, "Oh, I got time. Tell me all about it. Let's get these 2 to the hospital, though. They look rough."
Yes, definitely.
Can Cash just snag the book out of Bonnie's hand just to read it real quick?
If you like, Bonnie is going to like literally fight you if you try to snatch a book out of his hands.
Yeah.
Especially this book.
You act like I haven't fought Bonnie already.
Bonnie's got a minigun.
What?
No, Bonnie's got a Tommy gun. That's right.
Please don't make me drag 2 more people. Or 3, I suppose, since I would have to take your little 2.
He's just like, "Yeah, we would never fight you. I'm sure you can read this." And he like hands it out to Cass and then snatches it back and punches you in the just joshing you. No, but you can't read it. That's mine. It's like, "Well, we'll let you read it later. We gotta try it out." I don't know if you're equipped to deal with it. We gotta get it to Stefan. He knows how to take care of books like this. He's good. And we'll get it in the library. We'll get it in the library. Everybody can read it. Don't you worry. He's acting like I have some like secondary thing for all of these Pirate Queen memorabilia. I'm just a collector. I think she's bleeding.
Sure.
Bonnie packing at this point.
I imagine like Bonnie just like punching Cass like in the knee as he says, "I'm joshing you," and Cass just like, yeah, and Cass just gives a good old smack to the back of him.
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna kick him into the water, which I was also fully in support of.
No, because he's got the book. He's got the book that he wants. He's got the book that he wants, and he's clutching onto it. So no. Unless the book has a cover on it, and that's how it survived.
It might, but like, I don't know. And it's already soaking wet, and not soaking wet. It's dried in the little bit of time that you guys have had.
Yeah, I don't want to soak it even more now.
I absolutely love all of these scenes wherever like Tarkus and Osiria are fucking like in mortal peril, but we're just having conversations. Yeah, and with that, Bonnie's just like, "Don't you guys worry. This is like, I'll send you something nice. I found some really cool things from she's like, have you guys been to the waste? I got some cool stuff. I'll send it to you. I think you guys are gonna like it. So I'm gonna like send you guys items from the wastes. place that we've only been in that one game as like your reward for completing captain's orders. But yeah, you gave him a book. Osiria and Tarkus, you two are fucking hacking in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
You know what's surprising?
Finally, Tarkus ends up in the hospital.
It's nice being targeted for the first part of it. Didn't get Cass in the hospital this time.
Absolutely, I was like, I can't just keep having everything hit Cass instead.
I was like, imagine after all of that, Cass ends up in the hospital. Not even a day later, because he twisted his ankle.
Started shit with Bonnie. He just tripped you down the stairs. Real quick, I'll do a recap, and again, by all means, if I missed something, you guys let me know, because this game was slightly bigger than I expected it to be.
I just want to add real quick
that
go ahead. Midnight's probably going to the musicians with that pearl.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And that is like a little fragment of Nightmare is what that is. So today we had both Kuari and Marigold asked for help in Folksong for like a large monster problem. You guys didn't immediately know it was a large monster problem, but that's what it was. You guys showed up when both Midnight and Osiria like reached Folksong. You guys all realized that it was a full moon constantly, which is weird. So Osiria and Midnight felt the effects of full moons because they're both cursed with monstrous curse, but Midnight shrugged it off, whereas Osiria fell deeper into a more bestial form. And you guys like tore through some hummingbird griffins like they weren't even there, but like in the activity of doing it, Osiria realized how much stronger she was getting via like the bestial powers of being monstrous. And then you guys saw Flower ripping apart Riddle and Rhyme, and you guys saw like Marigold being attacked by Flower as well. Amazing job. Fucked them up, ripped Flower to pieces, saved everybody. It looked like you saved everybody except for High Iron Fae Enchantress, but then once Tarkus cut Flower open, we found Fae Enchantress safe and sound. That was Tarkus that did that one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. And then you guys realized that by doing this mission before doing Kuari's mission, that the trading outpost burnt down. Midnight was able to salvage a piece of information from it, so that will be your reward, because the captain asked you guys to bring back any information that you had about what the god catchers know about the 7 pirate queens. And you did it. And we went to the tower where our friend and big fan of smut, Jeff, lives, where instead of being his little like bookish dragon self, well, like not by little, it's still huge, but dragon that reads a bunch of books, he was in fact his giant raging dragon self. And Osiria, with the help of Midnight and with everybody working together, you managed to rip his heart out, and then Osiria, like, what did you bite it in half?
Yeah, kinda.
Nice. And then, but like the bloodlust had not worn down, so Tarkus and Osiria had to go mano a mano and knocked each other both out at the same time, metal as hell. While that was happening, Midnight was helping Cass sew the anomaly shut, and then it went back to daytime. And yeah, Jeff is dead. Flower's dead. We know what you three's curses are, and there we go. And tomorrow we're playing Heart. We're gonna finish up that game.
Also, number 9 is dead.
Number 9's dead as well. Kuari took care of him. And now we know that Katori and Cass talk on the phone. Or on communicators. So yeah, Good job, everybody. That is it for this game. Osiria and Tarkus are in the hospital. Because they got fucked up by each other.
I feel like that's a good point for us to hack on.
Right? I think I'm good. Everybody feel good? We good?
Y'all good?
I think we're
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, 10 out of 10. So we'll see y'all tomorrow for the sequel, or second half, I guess, the part 2 of the Heart the City Beneath game with Pim, Forge, Ento, and Howl. Excellent game, everyone. We're gonna go
Goodbye.
now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I want to play Risk of Rain.
Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye
Bye.
forever.